Have you ever been tested in a way that could change your entire life? Imagine losing something valuable, only to be offered something far greater. Would you take it? Or would you tell the truth? What if I told you that one man's simple choice changed his life forever? This is the story of a humble woodcutter, a magical lake, and a test of honesty that will leave you thinking, what would you do? Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a quiet little town in America, lived a woodcutter named Joe. Now, Joe wasn't rich. In fact, he barely made enough to get by, chopping wood and selling it in the marketplace. But he was a happy man. Why? Because Joe had something most people didn't: contentment. Every morning, Joe would walk through the thick forest, axe on his shoulder, whistling a cheerful tune. He loved the smell of fresh pine, the sound of birds chirping, and the peace that came with his simple life. But one day something unexpected happened. Joe was chopping wood by a sparkling lake. The sun shone brightly, reflecting on the water like 1,000 tiny diamonds. But just as Joe lifted his axe for another swing, slip! It flew right out of his hands and plunged straight into the deep, dark lake. Now, if you've ever lost something precious, you know that sinking feeling in your stomach. Joe panicked. That axe wasn't just any tool. It was his only tool. Without it, he couldn't work. No work meant no money. No money meant no food. And no food meant, well, let's not even go there. Joe sat by the lake, staring at the ripples, feeling utterly helpless. Well, this is just great, he muttered. Maybe I can fish it out. He reached in, but the lake was way too deep. And that's when something magical happened. A soft glow appeared over the water, and before Joe could blink, whoosh! A figure rose from the lake. It was an old man with a long silver beard, shimmering robes, and a twinkle in his eye. "Fear not, young man," the old man said in a deep, calm voice. "I am the guardian of the lake. I saw what happened. Let me help you." Joe, still in shock, could only nod. The old man reached into the water and pulled out a golden axe. "Is this your axe?" he asked, holding it up. Joe's jaw dropped. That axe was worth a fortune. With that, he could buy a fancy house, new clothes, maybe even stop working forever. But Joe shook his head. "No, sir, that's not mine. Mine was just a simple wooden axe." The old man smiled and dipped his hand into the water again. This time, he pulled out a silver axe. "Is this your axe?" Joe gulped. This one wasn't as fancy as the golden one, but it was still way better than his old one. He could have easily said yes, but he didn't. "No, sir," Joe said honestly. "Mine was just a regular wooden axe." The old man nodded approvingly and reached into the water one last time. This time, he pulled out Joe's actual wooden axe. "Is this your axe?" Joe's face lit up. "Yes, that's mine!" The old man let out a hearty laugh. "You are an honest man, Joe, and for that, I shall reward you." With a wave of his hand, poof! He gave Joe all 3 axes, the golden, the silver, and his humble wooden axe. Joe couldn't believe it. He had just told the truth, expecting nothing in return, and now he had received more than he ever dreamed of. Joe walked back to his village, his heart full, and his hands carrying his new fortune. But instead of keeping everything for himself, he used his wealth to help others in need. And so his kindness and honesty made him not just wealthy, but truly rich in life. So, what does this story teach us? Simple. Honesty is the best policy. Imagine if Joe had been greedy. What do you think would have happened? Maybe the old man would have disappeared without giving him anything. Maybe he would have lost everything. The truth is, honesty always finds a way to reward you. Maybe not immediately, Maybe not in the way you expect, but it always pays off. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever been in a situation where telling the truth was difficult, but you did it anyway? What happened? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And hey, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing tales with life-changing lessons. Until next time, stay honest, stay kind, and stay awesome. See you in the next video.